Welcome to this video today. I am talking about how we are in between worlds and what that looks like, what I'm picking up energetically. Everything I'm sharing in today's video is a channeling that I picked up this morning that I've been making notes and writing in terms of what Spirit wanted me to share with you guys today. So first, I'm actually going to start by lighting some sage. I just want to kind of clear the energy a bit. It is quite heavy today. I'm sure many of us are feeling it. It's very windy, overcast. It's been raining off and on, and we've also had quite a bit of thunderstorms recently. So there's definitely a huge electrical charge kind of in the air, and a lot of heavy energy that I was picking up on. So which is kind of working in two different ways for us right now. But I'm just going to start with some sage and get that going and just get a little bit of that energy to clear before I get into today's talk. It is a very interesting talk, actually. There was a lot of very profound messages that I was channeling, that I was receiving, and a lot of this is energy that I'm also going through myself, that I'm feeling and picking up within myself. So I know I'm not the only one, obviously, and that is why this needs to be shared. So we are leaving the past behind, and really everything that I'm going to mention in today's video, just kind of think of your own life and think about how it would apply to your own life and how it feels applicable in your own life at this time. Because leaving the past behind has a lot encompassed within it. There is this transition from what was to what can be. So you might be feeling this huge sort of either identity crisis or identity shift within yourself. It is only a crisis if you are resisting the change or if you're just really confused about what you're experiencing right now. But for those of us that are a little bit more in tune with ourselves, or that are paying attention to what is happening, paying attention to your dreams, writing them down, journaling daily about different things that you're going through and experiencing, those people are not having an identity crisis. They're having a massive identity upgrade and identity shift, meaning that you are literally leaving behind an old version of yourself, this outdated version who has been attached to fear, to people pleasing, to lower vibrational energies, who's been attached to victim mode, to self-doubt, to all of those really heavy kind of feelings within ourselves. Also, who has been, attached to trauma and traumatic experiences. So there is this collective shedding experience that we're going through. I don't know how much you guys can feel it. I most definitely feel it within myself. So you may be feeling that you're no longer resonating with who you are, or who you used to be, actually. Sorry, who you used to be, not who you are, because who you are becoming is a new version. And this shift is happening in the way that you're thinking. So you might notice that the way that you're thinking, the way that you're feeling about things, the way that you're perceiving situations, people, places, things, is dramatically changing and shifting within you. It's just not going to feel the same. There's also like this expiration date kind of feeling within me, personally, where I'm noticing that certain things are just simply expired. Certain energies, certain people that I've had dealings with have expired, and I'm having a very easy time actually shedding those things out of my life, and that's wonderful. You may also feel like you're opening up, coming out of or emerging from a cocoon. There is definitely, that's why I'm calling this video Between Worlds, because we're truly exiting this cocoon phase. So for a lot of us, including myself, we have had to deal with a lot of isolation and a lot of alone time. So we have been going through and transitioning through this hermit phase where you've had to where you were not even had to, it's like where you were literally separated by God from other people, from situations, from things, places, because there was this need to really, really go within. And as the butterfly or as the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, what does it do? It completely breaks itself down into mush, right? And from that mush, it recreates itself into this butterfly, into this creature with wings, right? So it's the same process that many of us have actually been going through at this time. And I have a feeling that many of you that are watching my channel are moving through this phase in one form or another, or perhaps are at different parts of this phase, this cocoon phase. And so as you are now feeling yourself transiting out of it or exiting out of it, you're going to reemerge as this brand new version of yourself. And you're just going to recognize that you no longer identify with any of the past, any of the way that you used to be, the way that you used to think, the way that you used to operate, the stuff you used to eat, the stuff you used to wear, the people you would hang around with, family members. That's a huge one that I'm noticing within myself. I'm just simply not resonating with certain family members and with their ideologies, the way they see the world. There's just this split kind of happening with the way that I'm moving through this energy. So if you're noticing these things within yourself, just know that it's normal, it's wonderful, it's healthy. It's because you are becoming a way shower. You are becoming this heightened individual who is definitely more sensitive, who is more in tune with themselves, who is more in alignment with themselves. And so that's why those old paradigms are just not going to work for you any longer. So we are not all at the same stage. We're definitely, and I made a video the other day about 3D to 4D to 5D and how we're moving through the different stages and what those stages look like. I will link it at the end of actually this video. So for any of you that missed that, take a look at that so that you can kind of understand where you're at this point. I break it down very simply. So some are moving from 3D to 4D. Some are moving from like the lower octaves of 3D to the higher octaves of 3D. Some are moving from 4D to 5D at this point. We're all at different stages. All of it is okay. It's not a competition or a race or any of that. As a matter of fact, those energies even are falling away big time. So competitive energy, this push, this desire to win, desire to beat people, all of these energies are actually falling away and dismantling at this time as the vibration on the planet and within our universe is heightened and is growing and is elevating at a very, very rapid rate. So the frequency is elevating actually at such a quickened rate at this time that the darkness can no longer hide itself. So the cloaking is no longer working. Now, this I'm noticing is actually playing out in several different ways in our world at the moment. So there's certain actions of governments. There are certain actions of our leaders that is definitely being seen more for what it is. It is being, we are becoming much more aware of the intention behind people's actions. And that is something huge that I noticed actually just recently playing out in my own life. So true colors and intentions of people are becoming exponentially evident. It just cannot be hidden anymore at this point. Many of us are seeing it for what it is and recognizing that, hey, there's something off here. It's like our gut, our intuition is so much more on point and navigating us and really kind of pointing us in the right direction. So I want to share a quick example from my own personal life that I just recently had an experience with. So people that are at a high frequency, I just want to mention this first. People that are at a high frequency and a higher level of purity are being approached by dark forces to throw them off. So don't give in to this temptation. Be aware, trust your intuition and your gut feelings. And my personal experience that I just recently had with this was I was at the beach a couple of weeks ago with my daughter and my nephew, and we were hanging out, having a great time. And I was approached by a person, a man, and he, we kind of hit it off really well, had great conversation, just kind of there right on the spot. He was standing nearby where I was tanning, and he just kind of sort of came over and started talking to me, and everything was going great. And as he was leaving the beach, he approached me and he asked for my number. So I gave him a number. And the first initial, because now, like when I think back, the first initial reaction was kind of like, no, don't give it to him. But then my brain sort of was overriding that thought. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? So I gave him my number. And sure enough, we started to communicate. And I don't know if it was that night or like the next day. No, the first like day or two, it was just communicating over text, and we were really hitting it off. Like it really seemed like we were on the same page with a lot of different things, and everything was, going really well. Then by the second or third day, we decided, maybe we should just call on the phone instead of, writing each other books over text. And so we did that, and we started to communicate over the phone. And every single day, we were having anywhere from 4 to 6 hour conversations, like every day, for 7 days, for a week. Now, throughout these conversations, I recognized and I noticed little red flags would just kind of pop up. Just certain things he would say, certain things, like it was just about, like he was repeating some of the stuff I was saying. So I was kind of noticing, like, okay, where's your own thoughts on this? Because you're just kind of saying what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm having this pretty, good conversation. Like we went deep fast. So it was just it seemed like it really, really clicked. And as I was moving through the week, like I said, I was noticing these red flags. My intuition was pinging left, right, and center for certain things that he was saying. And then action was the other thing that I really, really started to pay attention to. So have awareness of this when you are interacting with people, that words don't mean shit, okay? It's truly all about how people act, okay? It's about what they are showing you through their action is what really, really matters. So anyway, by the end of the week, the actions were very, because other than these long conversations, there was no other text. Like he did not message me throughout the day. He did not message me in the morning or in the evening or nothing. There was no like, hey, good morning, how's your day going? Or hope you have a good day. None of that. So we went throughout the week, and then we decided that we were going to meet up on the weekend. And the weekend was coming around, and I think it was around Wednesday. And we had discussed, and he full on told me that he was going to come down and see me. We were going to hang out. And that didn't happen. The next day, we had another conversation, and the next day he told me that he was basically not going to be coming down over the weekend because he had other plans, other things in mind that he wanted to do, and that he actually already kind of knew that Wednesday, but he didn't tell me. So I said, okay, again, another red flag, but this time it was like a huge red flag. So the guy was dodging me 100%. He wasn't, he really wasn't willing to show me in action that he actually cared and wanted to, sort of further this situationship that we were in, to move forward. So in the end, what happened was I sent him a text one morning a few days ago, maybe a week ago. And it was just a full read. I just took a full energy read of this guy. And I said, okay, this is what you are. This is what I'm picking up off of you, and blah, 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 blah. And, I really don't feel like I want to have anything to do with you anymore at this point. So it's best that you, go on your way. And I don't typically block people unless I feel the need to block the person. And I do have a tendency to give people the benefit of the doubt, but we had a conversation after that text, because he did call and was like, whoa, like, what's this? And how come, like, you feel this way, and blah, blah, blah. And we had a conversation. I told him that, listen, I'm really good at reading people. I can see, who you are, what you are. This is the energy you read I'm getting off of you. He didn't dispute it. He actually, shockingly, he was like, yeah, you're kind of right. It freaks me out that you're like reading me so well, and blah, blah, blah. And I ended up telling him, listen, it's been really nice to meet you and whatever, but I think this is it, for us. So let's just leave it alone. So we said goodbye. But when I said goodbye to him, it didn't quite feel done. I could tell he wasn't done. I knew I was, but he did not feel like he was done. So anyway, I left it, didn't reach out, nothing. And a week later, because an entire week went by, there was zero communication. And a week later, he ended up calling me out of the blue. And I picked up just out of curiosity to see what he had to say. And I listened to him, and then he kind of wanted to like reel me back into that cycle. He wanted to really like start kind of the whole thing all over again, right? And he was such a fucking player. Like, I knew that. And so after this conversation, I knew in my heart of hearts that this man was 100% a player. He had zero interest in committing to me or even offering me anything like a date or anything like that. He was really, really intrigued by me. He loved the conversations that we were having because he was getting something out of it. He was picking my brain on a lot of different topics, and I was sharing some wisdom with him, and he was really digging that. He was 100% a taker, energy vampire, narcissist, that kind of person. So I could categorize him very easily. And in the end, what happened was that he, after that final conversation that we had last week, I just knew, and like he said, okay, let's meet up this weekend and whatever. Like this weekend, he wanted to meet up, and he was like, I'm going to show you whatever that, like, I really like you and I want to hang out with you and all this and that. So I said, okay, but when we ended the conversation, nothing. Like, I'm not reaching out. I want to see action. I want to see follow through. And sure enough, there was no follow through. I didn't get a single text. I didn't get a single message, a single phone call, nothing for like the entire week. And on the new moon, actually, on the day of the new moon, I just had this really strong feeling, this really strong urge within myself, cut it off now. And fucking point blank, done, cut it off. So I did. So I sent him a text. I said, wished him all the best and said, don't reach out to me ever again. And I'm blocking you. And I did. I blocked him immediately. So we have not had a conversation since then. We will not be having any more conversations. And I'm simply sharing this because I want you to recognize if there are people that are showing up in your life right now who are 100% takers, who are challenging your integrity, who are not willing to give a fucking ounce to you, but want to take, that is evidence of the darkness really, really trying to suck you in. So it's like there are people that are actually being sent out through the darkness to infiltrate and to throw people off course, particularly people that are in high vibration right now. So be very, very mindful who you allow into your circle, what you share with people, what you don't share with people. Be very mindful to really, really protect your energy, protect your time, protect your knowledge, your wisdom, protect your everything right now, because there are energies out there that are literally sending out like narcissists and different kind of people who are specifically there to challenge you and to throw you off course. Don't let it. Okay. And I just wanted to share that, like I said, because it was such a profound experience for me. And it was really cool actually, because even though it sucked and I could see where this thing was like leading to, I could really, really tell how much I've shifted, how much I've changed, how much like people pleasing went out the window for me like a long fucking time ago, and how much I was absolutely in integrity with myself and I was not willing to put up with shit. And I do not put up with shit from anybody. So there's just like massive evolution within myself that I've gone through. And I really want to just share that strength with you guys and that light with you guys. Like, you have that within you as well. So really push people out unapologetically. Do not give a shit. Just push people out of your life that are around the caliber, or that are, if you're having like a similar experience, or that are doing similar things like that for you. And like I said, be very discerning about who you are letting into your life at this time. Now, let's move on to revelation energy. So revelation energy is also at its peak right now, and particularly in the month of August. August in itself is very much like a portal energy, right from the 1st to the 30th of August. Like the entire month is it's in brackets, right? It's bracketed by two full moons, right? There was one on the 1st of August, and then there's going to be one on the 30th or 31st, right I think on the 30th actually of August as well. So this month is very much bracketed by this energy of like revelation. So you are going to be seeing truths left, right, and center like nobody's business. And actually, ironically, Harry Styles' song came on the other day, Sign of the Times. And that song says it beautifully. And actually, as I was watching the video for that song, even the video reveals it beautifully, like how he elevates at the end, and goes up into the sky. That there is this revelation energy that everything that we are experiencing currently and everything that we're going through and our weather and our all of these events that are happening globally all over the world are revealing so much to us about the sign of the times, about where we are energetically at this time, and how we are going through an immense purging and splitting between two different worlds. So the fires, the floods, the winds, the strong storms, the choppy weather are all signs of the times. They're all revealing to us this immense shift that we are going through collectively, and this elevation actually in energy. And I know that seems like an oxymoron, because it's like, how is destruction an indication of elevation of energy? But it is actually, because as all of the destruction is happening around us, we are beginning to see it clearer with new eyes, with fresh eyes, with a different perspective. And we are beginning to recognize how much everything needs to change, how much our attitudes, our perspectives need to change, the way that we approach each other, the way that we approach ourselves, the way that we approach this planet, and the gratitude or the lack of gratitude that we have for the planet and for the natural world, the respect or lack of respect that we have for the natural world. It is all becoming extremely evident through all of these catastrophes that are going on right now. And these catastrophes are also revealing the energies that are present, the darkness that is present, the destruction that is present at this time. And I made a video the other day about the divine feminine, divine masculine energies, how Mars energy has been, the lower octave of Mars energy has been ruling our world for, over 5,000 years, and how we've been in sort of the sense of darkness where there's been war and destruction and chaos for a really long period of time. And as divine feminine energy is re-entering into the atmosphere, re-entering into our cosmic space, it is definitely shifting us. It is revealing to us all that has to come, be brought back into balance. So in addition to revelation energy, there's also psychic telepathic abilities that are on the rise within us at this time. So you may notice that you know things before they happen. You may notice that you'll get a strong feeling, or like a premonition, or just like a gut feeling about something, and then all of a sudden it actually happens, or like some kind of a change actually happens. So pay attention to that. It means that you're coming online. We are all coming online as we're ascending, as we're increasing and elevating in vibration. We are also beginning to connect to a field of consciousness that you haven't been connected to before. So a lot of people are coming online psychically, telepathically, and spiritually at this time, which is awesome. But, it is a little bit of an ass kicker. So when we go through these huge changes and transitions within ourselves, it could be scary. It could be daunting. It could be the unknown, and so like a lot of different things will come up within you, like self-doubt or fear or worry or stress, right? About everything that you're feeling, experiencing, because it's different, it's foreign, it's not something that you've kind of gone through before, and those that have been psychic already and were psychic and were very tapped in and tuned in and turned on, those people are just like, it's just going to the next level for them. So for them, it's easier because they're familiar with it. Now, we are also coming back to our own power. I don't know if you're feeling this, but I am. There's definitely a reemergence of internal power within, as our chakras, our energy centers, our entire energy field, our DNA is being upgraded at this time. We are definitely coming back to our own personal power. If you've been having a lot of symptoms, like in your stomach area, then that's actually an indication that your power center, your solar plexus, your power center has also been coming back online. And people pleasing, fear, worry, self-doubt, stress energy are all actually having less and less of a hold on you. That's something that you might notice. And something I want to mention about these energies, something that has sort of come to my attention, and I've had this huge aha moment about fear, worry, and stress and all that. What that actually is not even coming from you. It's actually being projected onto you. So fear, worry, self-doubt, stress, all of these lower vibrational energies are actually entities. These are literally energy beings that are attacking you, that are infiltrating your mind and putting those thoughts into your head. So if you have this understanding and realize this, then you can start to resist that, and you can start pushing it out and not letting it infiltrate and penetrate your mind and your heart and your soul. So thank God personal power is coming back, because the more it is, the more it's elevating within me, the more that I'm realizing and recognizing that, wow, like it's totally just a choice. And as soon as like a fearful thought comes into my mind now, I'm like, yeah, not today, not today, and not right now, and not right now, and not right now. And I keep pushing it away. And I just don't allow it. I'm giving it zero power whatsoever. And that has been life changing, actually. Now, as the personal power grows within you, your energy shield will also get stronger. So your energy field, like your aura, is also going to increase and become less and less penetrable as the personal power is increasing within you. Meaning that these energetic attacks or entity attacks of fear and of the darkness and all that self-doubt, all of those entities are actually having less and less of a hold, and just a less and less of an effect on you. You're going to notice that. They're still going to try and attack you, don't you worry. Don't think for a moment the darkness isn't going to try. It is, but you now have more tools in your toolbox, right? In your spiritual toolbox, to be able to really shove them out and be like, no, I'm not giving you my power. Now, the veil is also thin between worlds, and this is something I'm noticing huge. I can see it just if you go on YouTube, look at all the different kind of videos people are posting right now, all these like different like scary TikToks and whatever. There's a lot of revelation. There's a lot of like we can just see how there are so many different beings and different energy beings and different like entities and spirits and darkness, all kinds of different things showing up in our world. More evidently, it's just becoming more visible simply because the veil is so thin right now, like between that like 3D, 4D, 5D, those different levels, there is this sort of thinning. There's like a thin line kind of between the different worlds. And so more paranormal activity can be common, bringing light into the home through vocalized prayer, lighting candles, burning sage, and don't forget, intention is always the most powerful tool in your spiritual toolbox. So setting the intention of power, setting the intention of connecting to the light and bringing that light in and anchoring that light into your world, into your home, into your family, into yourself, is actually going to protect you significantly. It's going to make a huge difference, and it's also going to keep all that shit out. Okay, because there are a lot of spirits just kind of roaming around, and lots of different beings and energies that are just sort of popping in and out of our experience. And it's scaring the shit out of a lot of people, and it's nothing to be afraid of. If you have that spiritual tool in your toolbox and you have several tools in there that are strong, and like I said, you're anchoring that light within yourself, they can't do shit. They really can't. Sage, actually, burning some sage is also wonderful. I sage my house on a regular basis. Like I just burned sage. I just burnt sage before this video. So I do that all the time. And I definitely believe in the power of sage because I understand that it's a very high vibrational plant. So I know that it works when I'm burning it. It definitely is clearing energy. And just a quick side note here, don't mess with Ouija boards, okay? I do see people making videos about that, and I'm just like, oh, you fucking crazy. Like, do not invite that shit into your house. As a matter of fact, do not even keep it in your house. Anything that's weird, creepy, whatever. I mean, hey, unless you're at that frequency and you like that and you like being afraid and you love being in that energy, then go for it. But otherwise, if you're not, then get anything that is dark, that is weird, out of your house, okay? Also about watching paranormal videos and different things like that, that energy kind of popping through the screen is a thing. So let's not be naive about that. Energy can travel through all time and space and through devices and through everything and anything. So, try to do less and less of that. Again, really focus on the light and bringing the light in and anchoring yourself into the light through uplifting videos, laugh a lot, watch funny videos, comedies, different things like that. Anything and everything that makes you feel good, right? Because it is intriguing. It is sometimes, even personally, like I'm not going to lie, I will even watch these videos sometimes. But to me, they're almost like educational. I'm not afraid at all. So for me, it's very, very educational in some cases to be watching paranormal stuff sometimes. Because it's also, as a spiritual warrior, I also, um, it sort of feeds the warrior within me sometimes. So it helps me, it puts me to this energy of like, oh, okay, so this is what we're up against and whatever. And it's just like a thing to be mindful of kind of thing, where I also will get almost like an immediate download of like how to tackle something like that or how to deal with that kind of an energy. I get a ton of downloads actually when I'm watching paranormal stuff. So it's interesting. But, some people are not strong, right? And if you're not strong in the sense of like light within you. If the light within you is not strong, then in that case, these things really can attack you. They really can penetrate. They really can come through the screen and show up in your home and all this stuff, right? If you're already at a low vibe, at a low frequency, these things are going to be attracted to you like a magnet, right? But when you're very, very high vibrational, they can't do shit. They really can't. They just can't penetrate your energy in any way whatsoever. Now, feeling more at ease with the way that things are unfolding is also another theme or an energy that I'm picking up on big time within myself first, of course, and also outside of myself, noticing. And I think a lot of other people, I was picking it up in the collective, so clearly other people are going through this process too. And I do read comments and stuff in different videos I watch. And just based on the comments, I can see that other people are also very much in this energy with me. So there is this feeling of just ease and acceptance and peace when it comes to the way things are, and when it comes to like timing and moving forward in your life and making progress in your life. So there's so the sense of urgency or rushing things is becoming less prominent in our lives. Trust within the self and the divine is increasing. We're feeling more comfortable allowing divine timing to take over, and we're becoming more comfortable with that. I know I am certainly much more comfortable with that. I used to have such anxiety over pushing things and wanting things to like happen now, and now it's like, no, I just trust the timing of everything unfolding in its perfect, natural, divine order, and it just feels good. I feel at peace with it. So ride that wave if you're feeling that within yourself. There's also a knowing that you are loved, protected, and provided for. That may be growing within you. That feeling of trust might be really, really exponentially growing within you. And just pay attention to that. The more trusting you're feeling, the more you are definitely elevating, the more you are in that higher frequency, that higher vibration, and the more you are connected to the divine. So I know I feel extremely protected. Actually, even last night I had a little mini paranormal experience here in the house, and I banished it very quickly, very, very quickly. And I felt extremely protected. I felt very, very good, very safe. I was just like boss energy. I brought boss energy right to it. So it didn't have a chance in staying in my house. Feeling more at peace within yourself about your decisions, about your choices, and upholding your boundaries. So feeling good about upholding boundaries and what decisions you're making, and not allowing other people to influence those choices. It's like there's this knowing that is birthing within us that, like, I'm going to dictate what my life is going to do and how it's going to go, and not somebody else. And I'm going to be the one in power and in charge of my life and in charge of my decisions. And I'm just going to trust those and not allow other people's, thoughts, ideas, whatever, to like get into my head. Cause that's also it's very evident that, you are shedding that old self, that old version of yourself who used to people please, who used to care about what people thought. Nowadays it's like, I ran out of fucks to give. There's literally no more left to give. So I don't care anymore what people think, how they perceive me, what they think about whatever, because they don't know my life. I know my life. Like, you don't know my life. I know my life. You know what I'm saying? And that works the same way for all of us. So don't allow others to dictate, but you're probably going to feel actually quite comfortable with asserting boundaries. I know personally I've been feeling amazing about asserting boundaries, just like that story I shared with you guys about the guy on the beach. You know, like that situation too was like a huge boundary kind of, I don't even want to say lesson. It was just kind of a reminder, you know, of, hey, trust your intuition, trust your gut feeling. Do not question it. If you feel like he's a scumbag, and fucking cut that shit off now. And that's exactly what I did. And it felt great. It felt really empowering. I felt super powerful in the moment, and I felt really right. And you know how you know that you're making a wrong decision or a right decision for yourself? It feels good. You feel lighter, you feel at peace, and you feel really powerful within yourself when you've made that decision. That's how you know you have made the right decision for yourself and that you followed your intuition's guidance. And having a deeper knowing about what is right for you, what is good for you, whether others agree with you or not. I think I just mentioned that. And going with your own flow is the very last thing I wrote down. So really just trusting your own flow, trusting your own path, trusting your own thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your ideas. You know, I mentioned the other day, don't share your ideas, your creative ideas at this time. Really make sure that you keep that to yourself, so that people don't steal it, so that people don't try to use it. So really just go with your own flow and trust that divine timing is an absolute order. Everything that we are seeing on the outside of us right now in the external world is 100% reflection of the internal transformation and turmoil and the internal shift that actually is needing to take place and is taking place. So because, you know, while fires are extremely destructive, they are also cleansing in a way. But the energy that I've been picking up on is these fires have definitely been more destructive and unnecessary in a way, but also necessary from a spiritual perspective because they have been really, really showing us, like I said, the darkness and revealing to us how much darkness is present here at this time that needs to be eradicated, brought back into balance. And how do you bring anything back into balance? Well, bring the light back in, bring that feminine, divine, powerful energy back in to our collective, and, you know, start functioning from that and start experiencing what it means to be a very harmonized and balanced person by living it and displaying it to the world on a daily basis. So keep going, guys. Do not give up. I know it's kind of a little bit dark and a little bit weird times that we are going through at this time, but just keep going. And I'm definitely going to be someone who's going to continue holding the torch to help lead others forward and help show others that, you know, this can be done. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in, for being here. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, then God bless you. And please hit a like and subscribe to the channel. I am just going to continue pumping out this kind of stuff for you guys because it's needed, because Spirit is guiding me to do it, because Spirit is telling me to keep going regardless of how fast or how slow the channel is growing. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to be here and I'm going to still keep going because I am a warrior of light and I am meant to share these messages. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. God bless you, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.